Hey sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh Duschen. Today's message is about what is the difference between a friend and a spiritual guide. How can you know when a spiritual guide is entering your life? Well, in today's message, I'm going to share with you that a spiritual guide can be anybody. It can be a friend, a family member, or a stranger walking by on the street. And for some reason, when they walk into your life, or something about when they come in the room and speak to you, it is as if they're answering a prayer. It is as if they're answering a conversation you've just had in private with the Most High, with God, with Spirit. And they might not even be conscious of it. They might not even be aware that they're speaking to you in that way. But in that moment, they're being a messenger. Now, some people can be messengers consciously as well, and those people become spiritual teachers, pastors, people who are clearly in a spiritual leadership position, and people consult with them for spiritual guidance. But spiritual guidance can happen at any moment in any time, because the Spirit, the Most High God, is always speaking to us. And that is the beauty of us, all of us, being vessels for divine channeling messages. Now, a friend is just somebody who is able to support you. You can relate to them. You can take the weight off, the baggage off, the mask off, and just be yourself. And that person will love you unconditionally, always. They embrace all that you are. They're able to walk with you through difficult things in your life and just be supportive without judgment. I'm not saying a friend has to be perfect, but clearly that is the definition of being a friend. And so, where does the line get drawn of when a friendship and a spiritual guide come together? Well, how do you know the difference? As I just explained, spiritual channeling can happen at any time, and it is whether you are purposely seeking out messages. If you're purposely seeking out spiritual connection, it is inevitable that you will be receptive to spiritual guides. You might come across them. Your friends might start channeling divine messages more, and so the circle of your friends might have to change so that the Most High God can put you in position to hear. Now, why is this important for me to even talk about in this video? Well, I'm discovering through my platforms as I come online and I share the messages that Spirit is telling me to share with the collective. Well, I get the understanding that people also are seeking friends. But I can't always be that friend, because I am being positioned to be a spiritual guide. And so in that position, in that role, a spiritual guide differs from a friend, because that guide doesn't ask you to support them. That guide is not asking you to walk with them through difficult times. They are holding space for you, and that is okay. That is needed, and that is a perfectly fine thing to do for both parties. A spiritual guide can be a friend in certain ways, spiritually, yes, but this person is likely not walking with you in your daily life, is not calling you to come over and hang out. That spiritual guide is not asking you to hold space for them. They're only holding it for you, and it is okay for you to seek that. Spiritual guides are also human beings, and so they have the ways that they receive the love and support in the sacred spaces that they need. But it is beautiful that somebody can turn off that switch just for you and hold space just for you to connect deeply with your own soul and your spiritual guidance in no judgment-free space. Now, that might be another video where we talk about, how to protect yourself and how to know when a spiritual guide is truly for you, if that person is truly channeling divine messages. We can talk about that later, about discernment, but today I want to relay the message after all of this is that we're moving as a collective, as a society right now, where spiritual health is important. It is a public issue when we're seeing the lack of joy or peace in pockets of society and communities and families. And so how are they seeking support? Or are they continuing to be isolated? Well, I believe Spirit is assigning people, not just me, but people from all around the world, any block and corner of the street even, to be assigned spiritual guides into embody love and peace and pour that into people selflessly without judgment and say, hey, I know the darkness you're moving through. I'm actually moving through it myself. But in this moment, I would like to solely dedicate my energy to pouring into you right now so that you can lift yourself up and go on and continuing to share this energy, to share the spiritual guidance. And so we are friends to all and to ourselves, and we're also spiritual guides to friends and to all. If you're watching this video and you're watching other videos, people who channel messages such as this one, or speak to the spirit, that means that you have the voice, you're understanding the language, and so you're likely being called to speak, whether it is just to your friends and family or you have your own platform. And so I thank you, and I invite you to share the message today about the acceptance of allowing spiritual guides to help you. And as a spiritual guide yourself, or if you're thinking about purchasing the services of one, to understand that it is an act of self-love, it is an act of self-care to seek out support, just as you would a doctor, a physical doctor, or a therapist. A spiritual guide will seem like a friend. That person can connect with you, and they do. It is real. It is real love. It is real love. But we have to understand the dimension of you can be love and receive that love from your spiritual guide or your coach, and not ask that person to help you, or to help them, I should say. You do not have to help your coach, except in the ways that they're asking to receive, whether it is an exchange of services, of money, or a testimonial. There needs to be an exchange of energy, yes, but I'm saying it doesn't always have to look like you need to be in that person's life. And it is okay to have a 1 hour call, or to go on a retreat with somebody who can create sacred and safe space for you, that doesn't ask for any attachment other than that specific role in your life to support you spiritually. So I hope this message helps somebody who might be considering receiving services spiritually for their growth. It is important that you receive. I pray that you do receive, and it is likely that it will expand in your life in other ways that you can't even imagine. Spiritual guidance is a beautiful thing. We're all seeking some type of answers in our life, and it is okay to receive support as we transform our lives dramatically in order to align ourselves with our prayers, with what we're asking to be blessed with how we're asking to serve spirit in this life. And so there are people who are being awakened or appointed right now to share that message and support you through that journey. So I am one of them, and you can check out my services, my offerings at consciouslifestylecoaching.com. You can check out the resources that are available, group coaching calls, global networking, and conscious discussions that will be able to support your path and allow you to meet people who are also walking this journey with you. I invite you to become a conscious member, and you'll be able to be a part of all the amazing live events that are happening, and it's just going to be a beautiful year ahead of us. And I'm not forcing coaching on anyone, but I am asking and praying for connections for anyone who comes across this video or my channel, to connect with the Conscious Lifestyle Coaching community, especially if you feel isolated at this time. What you're moving through right now is real, and there's a higher purpose, a calling to it. And if that resonates with you, then definitely consider coaching with me. And I have spring retreat details coming soon. I'll be able to share more about what that is and what we're going to journey through together, in real time, in person, in a beautiful space. I haven't decided where yet. So please stay tuned, stay connected on the journey. Please like, subscribe to this channel, comment below to tell me about who you are and how this video might be speaking to you. Alright, again, my name is Raileigh Duschen. I'm an author, poet, speaker, and healer. This is Conscious Lifestyle Coaching, and I'll talk to you again soon.